The business of industrialized farming, or factory farming, has gone under fire as of late as people have started to recognize their negative effects on the environment, the human health of the consumers, and the health and welfare of the animals being farmed. I'm here to talk with numerous stakeholders invested in this situation and hear their opinions on the issue. I'm here today with Farmer Joe, a local factory farmer owner in the county. Thank you for being with us today, Farmer Joe.
No problem, no problem.
Now, how do you feel about your factory farming industry being under fire by all of the animal activists?
I mean, I don't get what the big deal is. Everything's regulated by the government. We keep them inside in the summer and the winter so they're not in the hot and the cold.
Right.
They're well taken care of.
I've heard reports of the animals being caged in cramped and unclean pens and stuff like that. How do you respond to that?
I mean, all the pregnant pigs, they get their own stall so they can't be bothered. But animals are social. They like being together. As for the uncleanliness, like, we clean our stalls, like, on a regular basis, like, once a month and all that stuff, so.
I see. Now, there's another point that I would like to bring up, the antibiotic and growth hormone use in your animals. How do you feel about that?
I mean, people give their kids, like, vitamins and stuff, so why shouldn't we do the same thing for animals and keep them in mind? Our kids grow up big and strong. We want the animals to do the same.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, Farmer Joe. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
I am now here with Mary Lou, a local resident in the county. Mary Lou, you live directly down the street from Farmer Joe's factory farm, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, it is, and the stink from that place is absolutely horrible.
I can imagine. So, would you say that his factory farm is creating a lot of pollution?
Yes, ma'am, I actually think it's been causing me to get sick.
Oh.
I actually have a bit of a sore throat right now and some congestion, and my sister Louise has some digestional problems.
So you would say that the factory farm then is directly affecting your health?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, we never used to get sick at all, but about 2 years ago, about the same time that Joe started bragging down at the local bar about expanding the farm, getting new machinery and everything, that's about when our health problems started.
You see. Well, I'm sorry for the difficulty that his factory farm has caused you, and I hope that steps can be made to remedy this issue.
I thank you for it.
You're welcome. Well, thank you very much for talking with us today, Mary Lou.
No problem at all.
I am now here with Dr. Thompson, a resident doctor in the area. Now, Dr. Thompson, how do you feel about the health repercussions of these factory farms?
I think that there's definitely some very real issues. In the years since the factory farm moved into town, we've seen a huge increase in symptoms related to a lot of the pollution from that. The sore throats and runny noses and coughing and headaches and bronchitis. It's all increased a lot.
But you think that these common symptoms are a result of the factory farming pollution?
I think they are. All of the patients in whom we've seen these increases live within 2 miles of the new factory farm, and that's where we've seen the increase.
I see your correlation. So, even though you've been dealing with these common symptoms, I have heard the increase in antibiotic-resistant strains among humans due to the growth hormones and antibiotics added to the animal meats that we consume. How do you feel about dealing with that new upcoming issue?
I think it's a very real issue. A lot of our customary remedies just aren't as effective anymore because the antibiotics aren't working as well. So we've had to turn to other medications to treat the same common illnesses.
I see. I appreciate your research on the issue, and I'm sure the community will as well.
Thank you.
Today we are here with Joseph, a practicing vegan and animal activist. Now, Joseph, how do you feel about the industrialized farming industry, or more specifically, factory farming?
It's unbelievable how cruelly they treat those animals. They think just because they're in cages, they don't have feelings.
That's horrible. I completely understand. Now, even though you don't regularly consume meat, if those animals were treated in a better way, would that change your diet?
No, I would never start eating meat again. But it would make me feel a lot better to know they're being treated more humanely.
I understand. So, what advice do you have for those who are possibly considering a meatless diet?
Well, for starters, it's a lot healthier. There's much less fat and cholesterol in plant products. And also, factory farming contributes greatly to global warming, much more than growing the vegetables and plants that the animals would eat that we can eat too.
Wow, I didn't know that. Well, thank you very much. You were very thorough, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you.